Welcome back to our special edition of Power and Politics here in the House of Commons on the Speech from the Throne. There may have been a few surprises in the throne speech, but one was especially surprising. The sight of a page on the floor of the Senate flashing there. She has a Stop Harper sign in the midst of the Governor General's speech. May have raised more eyebrows than the entire speech did, but many people thought it didn't have many surprises. Brigette DePape is that page, and she joins me now for her first exclusive interview. Brigette DePape, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You are a page in the Senate. You have the uniform on. You're supposed to serve there. What led you to smuggle this sign in and protest Stephen Harper?
I decided to do this because Harper's agenda is destructive for people who are living in Canada as well as for my generation. He's blowing billions of dollars on fighter jets. He's expanding military bases abroad. He's cutting social services and public sector jobs, all at the expense of the values of people in Canada.
But here's my question. You have a political view, which is fair, and anyone's welcome to a political view. But when you take that job as a page, why did you decide to exercise your political views then? Why not leave and express it in a different way as opposed to bending the rules and, smuggling that sign in the middle of the speech from the throne?
I think that we need to find creative ways to resist the Harper government. We are not going to stop Harper's agenda within the parliamentary system. So people from all walks of life need to think of creative ways that we can resist it in our workplaces and in the streets.
But what about respect for the institution that you're supposed to have? That when you take that job, people expect you not to exercise, to use it as cover for your own political agenda.
I deeply respect the people that I worked with, and I think, though, what's really important here is that Harper is disrespecting people in Canada, and we need to stop him.
But just for the record, again, I'm not trying to dissuade you from having a political opinion. I think it's wonderful that you do. The question is, did you exercise it in a way that showed respect? When he did win an election, he is the majority government. There's lots of ways. In fact, I'm sitting beside Bob Ray. He's the leader of the Liberals, one of the opposition parties. They will oppose Mr. Harper, but they respected the institution, and they will oppose him within the rules. Why did you decide not to?
Well, 3/4 of Canadians did not vote for Harper. Harper claims to represent the views of people in Canada, but he does not. He says, Canadian values are conservative values. They are not. And so I think it's really important to understand that in a democracy, people and the government needs to gain the consent of the people, and he has not. 3/4 of Canadians disagree with the Harper agenda.
But that's our system. I mean, the fundamental truth is, and I don't want to, he has a majority government, even though it's only 40%, is the way the system works. Can I ask you a question about when did you decide to do this? When did this idea for this protest on the day of the speech from the throne come to you?
I mean, I've been learning a lot about firsthand the politics of Harper and his agenda going forward, and that has been extremely concerning. So I decided that I could not just sit idly by any longer, and decided this was a good time to take action.
So you got this job, which is for a lot of young people a coveted job, and then you decided you got politicized while you watched it, and then you came up with this protest. What's been the reaction so far to this?
I'm not sure. I think that it's clear that 3/4 of Canadians disagree with the Harper agenda, and I think that, Canada needs an Arab Spring. We need mass change. I don't by any way think that, the act of one person will change the Harper agenda, but I think if millions of people in Canada decide to take action, then that's when we can stop it.
Just for the record, millions of people did just decide to take action. We called it a federal election, and those are the results. That's how we take action here. We don't have bombing like in Libya. We have a federal election, which is the way to do it. Now, one question. What did the Sergeant at Arms say to you when he took you out? Did he say anything to you?
Not that I can remember. I mean, a lot was happening. But no, I don't think he said anything.
And last question, have you lost your job as a page? Which
I have, and I'm looking for employment opportunities.
My goodness, you are feisty, I will give you that. Well, Brigette DePape, you made a very big statement today. A lot of people will find it inappropriate, but you took a big chance today, protesting during the speech from the throne. I appreciate you coming on
Thanks
Power
a lot
and
for
Politics.
having me.
My pleasure. That's Brigette DePape. She protested during the speech from the throne. She was a page in the Senate, no longer. As you saw, she was just escorted out. Let's take a break now, but Bob Ray's been listening to that, and he's also been listening to the speech from the throne. I'll find out which of those engaged Mr. Ray more.